Disclaimer. While there are many knuckleball tutorials out there, find a way that works for you. I will take you along in what works for me. This is not a surefire way to hit knuckleballs. Before we continue with the video, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to the channel, like this video if you enjoyed it, share it with your friends and leave a comment. I'd love to know about your experiences with the knuckleball. Anyways, on with the video. The knuckleball. One of football's, if not football's most unpredictable, hated and difficult shot to pull off. Whenever I think of the word knuckleball, my mind immediately associates a couple of things. Cristiano Ronaldo, a number one of course, David Luiz, and of course, the Jabalani. When hit correctly, the knuckleball will, well, see for yourself. The ball will move in a random direction, sometimes swerving from left to right, other times from right to left. Or, it can suddenly have a huge dip from its position, making it nearly impossible to read and even harder to actually catch. I like to refer to the knuckleball technique as the goalkeeper's nightmare. Next to the Jabalani, the first football released by FIFA to have a tremendous amount of knuckle, much to the disappointment of practically all goalkeepers at the tournament at the time and many top tier players. Before I properly start this tutorial, there are a few things that might interest you about the infamous knuckleball. You can skip to the actual tutorial if you just want to learn how to shoot a knuckleball, of course. I don't blame you at all. A knuckleball is created by giving the ball as close to zero spin as possible. By giving the ball almost no spin to no spin at all, the air around the ball will start pushing and pulling the ball back and forth, creating the unpredictable wobble that the knuckleball is infamous for. This is, of course, different than with a curveball, a topspin ball, or a long shot with backspin, where the ball rotates in a certain direction, slicing through the air, giving the air around the ball little to no input on the ball's movement. It's way easier said than done, trust me. I've been practicing my knuckleball shots for coming close to about 10 years now, and as you may have noticed from the shorts and videos, I don't always hit a knuckleball, or score absolute bangers. Now where do I start? I like to start out my sessions with placing the ball down on an even patch of grass, with a reference point, in this case, the logo of a football, dead center. This is important later on. I then take about 5 steps back at a slight angle of where I'm aiming. In my run-up, I try to stay on my toes, and with the second to last step I extend myself almost fully, with just the tip of my toes touching the ground, fully locking my ankle. I aim to hit the ball slightly under the logo, and I try to hit straight through the center of the ball from where I make contact with the ball. Then I cut off my follow-through as much as I possibly can. The logo makes it easy for me to aim where to hit the ball. This is why I mentioned that ball placement is important when starting out practicing. Currently, I'm at a point where it's muscle memory for me to hit the ball correctly. Most of the time. What part of the foot do I hit the ball with? I hit the ball with the hard bone on the top/inside of my foot. This is called the medial cuneiform. This is actually also the part of the foot that Cristiano Ronaldo uses for his knuckleball free kicks. From where in the field can I use the knuckleball? In my opinion, the knuckleball is only viable when used between 20 to 25 meters away from goal, roughly 22 to 27 yards out. This is because from closer up, you're not giving the ball any time to move, and standing further out will only make it lose speed and just bounce before it actually becomes useful. You now know everything I know and I use to hit knuckleballs. The only thing that is left for you to do now is practice. As I mentioned, I spent close to 10 years practicing my knuckleballs so far, and I can confidently say that I cannot hit a knuckleball 100% of the time, whenever I want to. It's a tedious process, but a very worrying one once it actually works.